Hi friends, can I start by saying a massive thank you to everyone that came to my birthday stream on Saturday. So many of you came to play some Apex and chat with me live on stream, and it was awesome. There were so many amazing donations and really kind birthday wishes, so simply from me to you, just a massive thank you. On to today's video. I'm going to look at how old each of the legends are when they joined the games, and also where they were born. Let's not forget, all of the legends had to start their life somewhere, even Revenant. Let's start with the youngest legend, Ramaya Perek. You'll also know her as Rampart. She's 21 years old and is the youngest contestant. Rampart was born on Gaia. That was the location of her famous modding shop, which is now located on World's Edge. The second youngest, at 22 years old, is Watson, or Natalie Paquette if you prefer to use her real name. She was born on the planet Solace and raised in Eelhead Bay before later moving to Kings Canyon with her father. After Watson comes Lifeline, AJ Shea, and Octane, Octavio Silva. Both are 24 years old and were childhood friends growing up. They grew up in the wealthy and affluent area on the planet Samathi, and both stemmed from very wealthy, rich families that had suspicious ties to warlords, the Syndicate, and the IMC. The new legend this season, Sia, follows on from this at the age of 26. He is from the planet Boras. You might know Sia is supposedly cursed, based on the myth of the moth and the princess. And you can get an idea of what Sia's home planet looks like from the new Encore map that arrived towards the end of Season 10. Gibraltar, Mirage and Valkyrie come next. Even though they don't look like they're the same age, they are all 30. Gibraltar is from Solace, as is Mirage, while Kyrie Amara, callsign Valkyrie, is from Angelia. This means Valkyrie is also one of the contestants from a planet that isn't in the Outlands, as her home planet is actually part of the Frontier. Angel City is a well-known city there, and actually this relates to Lifeline, because her ancestors founded Logic there, which is the precursor for what her parents now run as one of the wealthiest companies in the Outlands. Crypto comes next at the age of 31. Although this is technically his age in the system, we don't really know what it is for sure. You see, Mystic talked about finding Crypto aged 12 after her husband and son died, which suggests his real age might be younger than 31, maybe somewhere near 22 instead. We know Crypto was raised on Gaia by Mystic, who also happens to be Caustic's mother. Dr. Renee Hope Blasey, or Wraith as you might know her as, comes next at the age of 32. She's from the planet Typhon. Now Wraith's memory or mental state is a little patchy, so we'll just have to take her word for it that she is 32 years old, although Mirage did manage to give her her profile page, so this one should be pretty certain. LOBA Andrade is next at the fresh age of 34. Her official place of birth is marked as none in the system, but we might guess she was born on Samathi. That's certainly where she seemed to spend most of her childhood growing up, and was indeed the place where her parents were murdered. Of course, them being thieves possibly means they travelled around a lot when LOBA was young, meaning Samathi might not actually be her birthplace. Horizon is technically next at the age of 37. I say 37 because that's her age, although she was stranded in a black hole for 87 years, which meant she aged much slower than others, so in some ways you could say she's a lot older. I guess it's kind of like when Captain America was frozen in ice for some 70 years, waking up in the 21st century. Horizon is from the planet Samathi, and moved to Olympus when her son, Newton, was young, because Lillian Peck set up a lab there for her to work on a solution to the potential energy crisis in the Outlands. Anita Williams, also known as Bangalore, is 38 years old, and was born on the planet's Gridiron. This means she's another legend like Valkyrie that wasn't born in the Outlands, as Gridiron is in the Frontier. She does have an older brother called Jackson, who we might get to see in the games in the future. Caustic comes next at the age of 48. Like a few other legends, Caustic was born on Gaia, although he did fake his death and somehow ended up on Solace. As I mentioned earlier, Caustic was raised by Mystic, the same woman that raised Crypto and Crypto's sister Mila. We then have Fuse, a 54-year-old Salvonian. Salvonian meaning he's from the planet Salvo, which is in the Outlands. Next, there's the good old Pathfinder. Pathfinder wasn't exactly born, but he was created, which I guess counts as kind of a birthday. Pathfinder is 75 years old. We even have specific dates for Pathfinder because he was born on February the 4th, 2658. This makes Pathfinder one of the oldest contestants in the game, although not quite the oldest, but you'll get to see who that is in just a moment. Oh, and Pathfinder, I guess technically was born / created on Olympus, and in theory he had 8 parents because there were 8 people involved in creating him. That's if you include Dr. Ashley Reed, who did give him his famous smiley face. Finally, we have Revenant. I mentioned the oldest. Well, technically Revenant is the oldest, and we can give 2 ages to Revenant. As a human, he was 44 years old, and as a simulacrum, he's 313 years old. So I guess if you want to add these 2 together, you could say Revenant is 357 years old. This is all according to the Pathfinder quest book, where Revenant told us exactly how old he was. Now clearly this means Revenant has lived for a very long time, making him not just the oldest contestant in the Apex games, but potentially one of the oldest living, if you can call him living, beings in the world. Revenant is also from the planet Solace, like many other legends. We have no idea how old Bloodhound is, at least according to what's officially in the systems. We do know that the New Dawn industrial plant was created after the event to extract Baranthium, and Bloodhound's parents did die in an explosion caused in the New Dawn industrial plant, meaning that in theory, you might be able to guess Bloodhound is somewhere between 20 and 30 years old, but that is just a guess. We do know for sure though that Bloodhound was born and raised on Talos. So those are the ages and birth locations of every legend currently in the Apex games. I hope you found this video interesting. I'm off to eat some birthday cake right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.